All right, I'll tell you the promoter side. I'll be a promoter. Cyril Gane, he moves so well. He hits hard. He's really athletic, and he hits from both stances. And man, what a threat! And now I'll give you the analyst on. Boop. Okay, he has no chance. He's going to get guillotined just like he did by John Jones. He's going to get stuffed in the corner, beat to death.
Well, right. I mean, it's like
I could promote it and lie to you so that you watch the pay-per-view, or I could be an analyst and tell you the truth of what I believe actually going to happen. But never forget, people at home, that when you hear both sides, that's what you're actually listening to. You're listening to a promotion, and then you're also listening to an analyst who doesn't get paid for telling the truth.
Honestly, man, I'm not sure. Tom Aspinall is good, but everybody is so high on him. I haven't seen, what's his longest fight in the UFC? I haven't seen the guy ever in the third round. I've never seen the guy have to fight himself back into a fight. I've never seen him on the stool bleeding. I want to see him in a real fight. He's been blowing past these guys, and for a reason. He's a great fighter, explosive, skilled, but I've never seen him really test it. So until I see him test it and fight himself back in a fight and win, I can't be on the same train as everybody else, waving that flag. Because people are talking like he's the next biggest thing. And he might be, but I'm not sold yet. If I had to make a pick, even though I said I'm not 100% sold on Tom Aspinall, I think he's going to win this fight.
Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. I'm calling it. I don't care if it makes me upset. Cyril Gane. He's going to be able to avoid the big shots. He's going to be able to stuff the takedowns. I think he's going to be a lot harder for Tom to deal with than people think because of his footwork. He's a big dude. I think he's definitely learned from the John Jones fight. I know he didn't really show that against Volkov in a controversial win that he probably shouldn't have won, but I think he will make the most of this opportunity, understanding that this is his chance again to get at a title, and I don't think that he will, third time's the charm. I think he's going to actually do it for the wee-wees.
Cyril Gane is a very patient fighter. He's a very smart fighter. He's very good on his feet. Again, he's one of the few guys that I think is somewhat near the athleticism of someone like Tom Aspinall. However, he has always been vulnerable when it comes to the ground game. Whether it's going for a leg lock that's not needed or, just being kind of like a dead fish on his back. You can't have those kind of weaknesses against someone like Tom Aspinall. This guy is an absolute shark from all positions. I think Tom Aspinall is just too good everywhere, man. And I also think that, when it comes down to it, with all the pressure that's on him, it's for the actual belt here. I think he's going to try to take Cyril Gane out and make a statement. And I think that happens by him taking him to the ground. So give me Tom the Bomb Aspinall.
One thing I noticed about Gane, and we've always said this, Gane is so fast. He's so fast. Gane is fast for a heavyweight. Mm-hmm. Tom Aspinall is just fast. I think it's going to be a long night for Cyril Gane. I really do. He's got a couple opportunities to try to make this happen, and if it starts going bad for him, I don't really see him bouncing back. Although I will say I was impressed when he got dropped by Tai Tuivasa in the second round. He smiled, and he fought well after that. Like he didn't really shake him up. So that was a good sign, because a lot of guys will get dropped and start falling apart. So it was a good sign, but I think that Tom is a little different. I think that if Tom starts beating on him, I think he kind of falls apart. I'm not afraid to pick this one. Sometimes I'm like, it could be tough. I'm going Tom Aspinall. I think Tom Aspinall rolls on this one. I think it's pretty one-sided.
We've seen what happened with Gane in his fight with John. Obviously, John Jones is a great wrestler, great grappler. He's obviously very high fight IQ. But when it comes to grappling, Tom Aspinall is going to give him just as much problems, if not more. And I think this is going to be a pretty comfortable win for Tom.
And Tom's got the athleticism and he's got the speed, and I do think he gets the takedown, and I do think he gets the stoppage. It's a 5-round affair. I don't think Cyril Gane is no punk. I am not underestimating him, and I'm sure that Tom Aspinall isn't. I'm sure that he's going to be a credible threat. I know he's going to land some shots, and it's going to be an entertaining fight. I don't necessarily see this as being one-way traffic the way that Tom has dealt with all his other opponents. I don't see it being a John Jones type finish either. That's not a diss on Tom Aspinall. I just think that Cyril will have learned from the loss to John Jones and realised, also Francis Ngannou, and realised that he's got some shortcomings and some gaps to fill, some holes in his game. So it's going to be harder for Tom. But ultimately, I still think that Tom Aspinall gets it done. It will be a stoppage, probably a submission. In fact, no, I'm going to say, if you want to put your bet on by way of finish, I will say a ground and pound finish.
Yeah, well, look, I got a lot of respect for Michael Bisping, and when Michael Bisping was talking about Tom Aspinall early in his career, he's like, this kid has the full package. He's got the work ethic. He wants it. He wants to be the best. And the fact that he wasted a whole year and a half, waiting around for John, it bothers me. But then also, too, I mean, from what I understand, he was married to the gym during that time. He just kept trying to get ready for John, and that means that he was getting better, maybe not fight better in terms of like real fight speed better, but he was picking up new tools and new weapons along the way. So I think Cyril Gane is going to be in a lot of trouble. I don't see this fight really getting outside of round 2.
I'm going to go Tom in this fight just because the momentum's crazy, man. The way he's been finishing guys. Yeah, and I'm not going to say it's going to be an easy, because styles make fights. Just because John dispatched Cyril easily doesn't mean it's going to be the same with Tom. But again, Tom can bridge that gap, and that speed with the fucking mass he has behind it is a dangerous weapon. I like Gane, I like his style. I just want to see a good fight, and I think it's going to be a fucking high-level mixed martial arts heavyweight fight. This is what we're going to see in this fight. It's going to be the highest. This is the baddest man on the planet, like title, isn't it? The heavyweight guy is always the baddest man on the planet. So this is for the belt. And Gane is also a former champion. Fuck interim, he's a former champion, so he's tasted it before. He knows the feeling, so I know he wants that again. But man, it's gonna be a fucking hard job getting it away from Tom.
Every time I give predictions, I always fail it. But of course, if you ask me, I think Tom Aspinall have more opportunity to win. He looks better on the paper. But Cyril Gane have also his chance to put him in a deep water, in the last rounds. We'll see how it's happened, how it will work, because nobody see Tom Aspinall in a long fight. It's very interesting to watch for me, I think for all heavyweights and for all fans, how he will be looking in a whole 5-round fights. And Cyril Gane is a good opponent to show it with him, so because he move really good in the fights, he can avoid damage. He, as everybody know, work on his wrestling skills. Maybe he will avoid some wrestling with Tom Aspinall. So we will see. But of course, on the paper, Tom Aspinall looks much stronger and much better right now.
All the hype is real when it comes to Aspinall. I just don't think there's a heavyweight in the world right now that can even compete with him. On the feet, on the grappling side of things. Wrestling-wise, I mean, I don't, at heavyweight, he has what he, when it comes to wrestling, he does what he needs to, but when it gets to the ground, he's really skillful. And then, of course, both of them moving like middleweights when it comes to the feet. Yeah. They are so light on the feet, but I just think Aspinall has a bit more when it comes to pulling that trigger. We've seen Cyril Gane sometimes almost just let the fight slip away from him, especially when it goes into the further rounds. But then again, we've never seen Tom Aspinall go that far. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm going Aspinall on this one. I think he's hungry. I think he's ready. He looks phenomenal in the training footage that I saw.
And I hate to go back, and I got to do this. The first time that Ngannou fought Stipe Miocic, it was different, bro, because he was so accustomed to knocking people the hell out that by the time he got somebody that knew how to kind of evade and use tactics and things like that, and then wrestle, it changed the whole thing. But I just don't think Gane has that wrestling to really put that threat in a guy like Tom. So for that reason, I am going Tom Aspinall.
I'm gonna second that, Henry. I'm gonna go with that as well. But I'm gonna say, if there is a guy left in the heavyweight division right now that can potentially beat Tom Aspinall, it's Cyril Gane, because I do believe he's on the short list as one of the best all-around athlete in the UFC.
But I feel like the advantages that Cyril has against most heavyweights, he doesn't have against Tom. And Tom's also got the punching power and the ground game to beat him. I think Tom's going to clean his clock. I think it's going to be one-sided. The only thing I will say about it, bless Cyril, is I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as Cyril versus John Jones. So what I'm expecting after this is, you didn't beat him as fast as John did. And I don't know whether that's playing on the back of Tom's mind, is like, how long does he have to beat him? Like, we should have a timer on the 2 minutes 4 seconds.
And I think Tom Aspinall has one number in his head: 2 minutes and 4 seconds. That's how long it took John Jones to finish Cyril Gane. I think Tom Aspinall is such a competitive motherfucker. The John Jones fight, is it going to happen at the White House? We don't know. Tom's been on the sidelines. Oh, he's been on the sidelines, but he's been getting fucking shredded. Do you see him post his medicals? I think he's going to stand with Gane, who is very fancy footwork, and I think he's going to clip him. And I think if he doesn't go down, he's going to get the fight to the ground. He's going to get submission. I like Tom Aspinall here.
I reckon we could see a situation where Tom gets the body lock takedown. He got it against Volkov in their fight. He has good body lock takedowns. Normally you see him pick up people by their hips or get his hands together under the ass and scoop out beneath them and this type of stuff. But I think because they're going to clash, because I think Gane's going to try and get him coming in and Aspinall's going to be closing in like frequent bursts, I think we're going to see Aspinall anticipate that Gane's going to be on the back foot and he's going to be waiting for Tom to rush in. And Gane does a lot of stuff where he's light on his lead leg. He does have a good sprawl, which I don't think is where Tom's going to go for a double leg. But I could see Tom getting a body lock, throw, and we're in side control. Or we're in half guard. And from there, I think that's where we see a Kimura. Don't think it'll be a straight arm lock, even though he does have an arm lock. I think it'll be a Kimura on Gane.
I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to be first round knockout. Destroy Cyril Gane and get the mic, and John Jones Porter, well, he should.
He should, yeah. But the question
you guys
is,
taking everything I work for and go crazy? He has to knock him out. He has to.
A submission's not enough?
No. Submission's not enough.
It is heavyweight MMA, and anyone could get hit and knocked out. Tom does concern me when he wades in with his chin in the air, like he seems to does do that bomb, but you know. It's worked for him recently, and he's knocking everyone out, so what are you going to say? Will he take a more conservative approach to Gane, maybe respect him a bit more than other people he's fought? Maybe not. Probably just the same. I mean, he did the same to Spivak, Pavlovich. Absolutely monster, knocking everyone out, scary guy. And they got in the trenches and took him out first round, so I don't think Tom's going to do anything different. I think he's going to try and take him out first round. I just feel like Tom's going to be too fast, in and out, take him down. Probably submit in a round. That's my prediction.
What John Jones did to Cyril Gane, though, it just made it look so easy. It took a lot of steam off Cyril. I think people don't respect him as much as just because of what John did to him.
See that?
But I do think Tom's going to go out there and do what he needs to do, and then that just kind of, I mean, does Pajeda move up? Does fucking John Jones come back? The heavyweight division, it's not deep, but it's interesting at the top. Like we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I do think Tom's gonna get that one done.